And just considering how few parts are here, but basic stuff, 1x3, 1x4, light grays, the big curved pieces here. Got my iPad instructions right here. But I mean, it's like the little door build. None of the parts are here. I'll have to go see what I've gotten in my own parts bin. But not much really to do there. Watch item reminder. One offer. Hey man, hey, how are you doing? It's been really cold. In fact, it's cold downstairs right now. I've got a little electric heater here. It's like 5 or 6 below zero outside. Oh my goodness. Hey Lori, how you doing? She doesn't overflow. All right, glad to hear that. I've just been doing this one on the side because it's just missing so much. I mean, just like missing so much on it, but eventually it'll be done. That'll be cool. Did start on the Star Destroyer. I stopped here at this part here. It'll be 37 inches, I believe, overall length, but the height is the interesting part. It's interesting because I mean there's Technic, but there's a lot of plates too. But I'm gonna probably as far as I'll probably do tonight though, because it's like in bags and bags. I did a short. I think I did a short on it. How many little bags, and it's actually pretty daunting. It's pretty daunting. Yeah. But it's all good though.
Hey guys, go YouTube. Hi, Arnold.
Yeah.
Dave Boyle here.
It finally loaded. I did a little short on the bags of pieces for the Star Destroyer. Been wanting to get into it. I thought long and hard about what UCS had to get next. I think I was actually going to get the Death Star. Oh, the Ahsoka T6 Jedi Shuttle. That would be good. That would be a good one. Yeah, I do have that Coruscant gunship. I have not built it yet. Hey, they're totally dust free when they're, when they're in the box. But this looks interesting. Like I said, it's only my third UCS build. I noticed it's full of magnets, and then I remember someone's video complaining about the magnets. How there were some issues, but it's the way it is. One of the worst things about these old stickers is when they start peeling back, showing the white corners. I might see if the craft store has some kind of a permanent solution. There is a tack glue I use for like sneaker soles, but I don't really want to use that here. What I'm actually hoping for is something that's going to replace the adhesive back of the sticker. Maybe I can use a heat gun to just gently put it in. Also, I got a broken brick right here. It's a little raised piece of plastic here where I got hit, and I thought it was just sticker damage. Oh, you got the gunship? Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking build. I mean, Solid Bricks put up a video about replacing the turrets with the white plastic, which looks good. It's kind of a rare part. And there's two types of rare parts in the Lego world. There's rare because, it's only made a few sets. Well, that's probably true with both of them. But there's like rare pieces that are like really expensive. And then there's some that they're not expensive, but they're like in other countries or where the shipping becomes an issue. Like some of those kind of strange, like the dark blue 2x3 bricks, the 3002s, I think they're called, which would make sense. They're really hard to get here, especially on like eBay, and I found them on Brick Owl and Bricklink. But it's like Oh, yeah, oh, this guy's got a whole bunch of them. Oh, they're super cheap too. Oh, wait a minute, conversion. Oh, it's in euros. Okay, well, that's all right. And then going, oh, they're in Amsterdam. Hmm. Or they're in UK, which is great because there is someone reached out to me from there who offered to ship me stuff if I need it. So that I may very well take him up on that one. That's a very cool thing. So sometimes you go, well, I only need two. Some guy in Canada or some girl in like even like Mexico. It's close. It's a lot closer, and maybe you're okay paying a little bit more for the part. Maybe get free shipping. Sometimes that's how they do it. They'll offer free shipping or combined shipping or something like that, and that's cool. That's totally cool. I posted a short video on my AAT's 75080. Excuse me. I've got 16 of them, but I've got pieces to build two more, I think, maybe three more, but I'm missing like little bits and pieces. Like I would consider this to be, ready to be built, but I'm missing most of it. Do you think there is anything wrong with 14-year-old playing with Legos? No? You're probably asking the wrong person though, but no, there isn't. Basically, at the end of the day, it's where it's at. At the end of the day, it's you. And I'm gonna tell you something from my own upbringing. If people aren't your friends when you're in elementary school, guess what? They're never going to be your friends. And if they start acting friendly, I don't know if this is good advice or not, but for me, it served me well. They have some ulterior purposes. No, it kind of made me a little bit sad. My friends kind of dropped out of Lego as we got in elementary. And a lot of them, like Jeremy Counter, he had such a cool vintage Space Set. Of course, it wasn't vintage then, it was in the 70s. Well, 79 to about 82. And he tried to get into things that he thought was more cool. Man, 1984, 85 comes. I did kind of got him like Jason the Wheeled Warriors, but Lego was always there. And just through the years that when I was in college, I kind of had under a lot of stress. And I mean, like, you mess up your grades, you're going to be humiliated, sent back to your so-called friends who are going to say, I told you you couldn't do it. I'm saying it with a smile, but it's a reality. And so I found, I think it was either Spy Sit or maybe it was probably the Pirates, but it had the sharks, and the sharks were really cool. And I used to carry a little, the Sawtooth Shark, and I watched that movie, Starship Troopers, just to get away from the room a little bit, get away from my weird roommate for a little bit, and that's probably what drew me back into Lego was a shark mold. And then things come and go, back to work, struggling with things, and there's Star Wars. I went, wow. It's always like Star Wars. No, there's nothing wrong with anyone doing anything with Lego because it's an escape, and if that's what helps keep you on track, so be it. The thing is, we have something here on the internet that we didn't have, like I didn't have growing up, and that's we have a community that's specified, and you know what I'm saying. People all the time saying, "Well, how do I find a community?" You just type it in. If you want to learn about chess or you like Lego Harry Potter, you need to specify, or else you might get into Ninjago or something, and that's fine. Yeah, Lego's really cool. It's so many different ways. You can absolutely just do as a private thing. I mean, absolutely. In fact, several people have asked me on this site right here if I do the Lego trains, and yes and no. I don't have enough to really show it, and I got some, what I'm talking about, the little plates up on the edge to make fake track till I figure out what I want to do. So it's kind of my little private thing, but it's all good though. I did get some O27 stuff in, old Lionel stuff, and might try to do a little train around the track or around the Christmas tree thing, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, no, Lego can be private, it can be public. I mean, obviously, if I choose to put stuff like this up on the internet, I mean, if somebody wants to say, be critical, that's fine. I mean, I chose to make it public. Speaking of which, I'm sitting here looking at it right now, wondering why these reverse studs are on the inside. Yeah. Sadly, some of the projects will never come to fruition, and I always keep promising this because I don't want to become. That's why kind of when the snow fell, I had to quickly rush out and put some pieces out there on the snow because it seems like of all the mock builders, I'm not picking on anybody, but all the mock builders seem like they struggle with Hoth. I think that's all those white pieces. It's just a lot. When I was like 8 years old, but then I came back to it when I was 13, and I haven't left it since that day. Yeah, and you have different things. I mean, go ahead and ask. I think every YouTuber, Solid Bricks. I don't know about him so much, about like MNR, just too good, and he's had some issues, some real struggles. Sorry, poor guy. But everyone talks about a dry spell or dark side, dark age, ice age. Yeah, I had to do some kind of a Hoth walk because there's no way. I mean, even with the play scale AATs and stuff, just to make it look good, you get that. I mean, what are you talking about? A full table? You can't do it flat. I mean, you could. You could do a bunch of 1x1s and 1x2s and just kind of make it bumpy with white pieces. But that's just going to be basically like a playset, big base plate, you know? But we got tons of snow here. I mean, it's... Oh, man. I posted some pictures of me getting stuck. I could have made a whole channel with that. I got stuck like 3 times in one day. And now I'm carrying the saws all around to clear trees that are down. Mocks are intimidating. I'm just working with a one that's going to be kind of a Naboo one. Not for any reason except that I've got blue and I've got stuff to make grass. But I think I'm going to do another Rect or maybe a Bandit AAT or something. And I am still collecting pieces. Oh, hey, man. How you doing? I am still collecting pieces for Geonosius. And dark orange is hard to find. Nougat is hard to find. I can't help but think that it's kind of a rare one, and people who are doing mocks have kind of gobbled up all the free ones out there. But it's okay. Well, that's fun. But I'm going to build this in pieces as Star Destroyer, and I'm going to set up on a table because it's like, you know... Yeah, I know. No, this is truly a relaxing space for me. We all want a little break from the, you know, the grind. And Lego has so much to offer. Like, I do actually enjoy Fabuland. I don't put a lot of stuff about it, but, you know, Fabuland is fun. But pure nostalgia, probably the bright yellow and blue, red ones, little trucks and airplanes are probably the most pure nostalgia for me. And then, of course, the space, just because that was, I was so excited to see this little posable minifigures. Oh, okay. The UCS gunship, yeah. And I got a coworker at work who excited about finding one on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, even if it's a good deal, the shipping. And you know, and you want shipped with love. You don't want it to just be thrown in. And I have put some videos of my unboxing where I've shown real life unboxing of something that even like that was it 75280, that 501st Clone Battle Pack. They're not exactly uncommon, but the guy had such a perfect one. It was pristine. Not a crease, no core damages. And he puts it in a bubble mailer. I mean, it's got holes in the package. you know. And if I wanted that, I could just go to my local store. I'm not now; they're sold out. But they would, if you have one that's damaged, like at Fred Meyer, that's what they take like 20% off. And the bags, they'll cut them open. You can open up, or if especially if it's already busted open, make sure all the bags and stickers are there. You know. Yeah, I did. I tried. I don't know. It was something like that doesn't bother me terribly. I mean, I don't like it, but some of the worst ones is when you're getting something that's long out of print, like a 2007 something, and your box wasn't perfect, but then they ship it, and it's like, why'd you do that for? Oh, I don't know if it's still on this channel. It might be. I have like a Moth Gideon's light cruiser, and the box of Crush That's actually soft. It feels like a bag. It's completely lost its form. And that one actually had broken bricks in it. I don't know what they're called. The black triangular, or not triangular, but L brackets. You have 4 of them, 2 on each side of a part of the superstructure, and 2 of those were actually cracked. I mean, had actually failed, and they're really hard to get. I mean, they're not in that many sets, and it's like this was a brand new set. Okay, well, thank you. It's not hard to ship with a little care. I bought a lot of stuff on for like eBay and Mercari and stuff, and I remember, and I know I've probably talked about this before, but I got a pair of Bodegas Nike Dunk Highs, and they were bubble wrapped. And I remember thinking, like, that's awesome. But shoes are not actually fragile, not like, Lego set is. Oh, really? Republic Army? Yeah, I know that I kind of got sucked into the whole Clone Wars era. That's why, like, a standard group of B1 battle droids is what, like 56 is what comes out of the MTT. It would be interesting to see the #1 Clone Army spot. I know there's some impressive ones out there. And I started my Gungan army just because, well, because they come free with so many things. 3 custom gunships, huh? But yeah. Some pretty cool stuff out there, though. There's been some great UCS sets, and it's so easy to customize Lego with just little color swaps or some designs. Yes, they were, very much so. But yeah, I just wish I had a better way to organize bricks and stuff. It's like, I need one more 1x3 light gray here. Just a little bit. And I have like every color but the light gray. I just need one more. It's okay. It's kind of funny, but I got like orange ones, yellow, dark gray, the old light gray. Oh, birthday's on Thanksgiving? Oh, many happy returns to you. It is coming soon. In fact, yeah, this next week. You gonna do anything in particular for it? But yeah, I just started realizing I was getting a couple Gungans here and there with almost all the older sets. What would be another underrated army? I keep saying the Gungans is an underrated army. A lot of people have done stuff with B1 battle droids, but they're a little bit dull and they're repetitious. Best apple pie, that sounds good. But I really am always drawn to the Trade Federation Army because it's simple. You just got B1 battle droids, you got your MTTs, you got your platoon carrier, which Legos is, but it's okay. And you have your AATs, and you got three vehicles basically, and you got your soldiers. It is. I've heard of the sweet potato pie, but I've never had one. No, I heard they're really good. They look kind of like a pumpkin pie. Sweet potato smoothie. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Traditional cake. I always like white cake with like white icing, kind of the standard one. That or chocolate is a standard, I guess. Well, congratulations, man. But yeah, let's keep hunting up parts. I see the broken piece right there. Just a good little notch in it. Must have been hit on the corner. Good old dark brittle blues. I guess I probably prefer pie. I guess I really like apple pie, and growing up with mom and dad had a few, so always had homemade apple pies. It was really good. Oh, son's birthday? 4? That's cool. That is cool. Cake and pie in one day, yeah. I think I'm gonna build a small squad of the Wolfpack clones too. I know that the prices are kind of. Do you have any kids? Yeah, actually I do. You know, got a couple. Well, thank you very much for the kind words. Appreciate the support. I trading cards. I think I may have seen one at the store, but I haven't actually like that mystery box I got from the dude might have had a couple in there. It had that C-3PO bobblehead that was in a can. I know that was kind of cool. No, they're all adults. But yeah, just keep sorting parts for this thing, and I was sure I'd had most of the parts in my collection to figure I should, but I didn't. I'm not sure how the guy took a picture to make it look like it was mostly there. I think he just built one side of it. Star Wars movie and favorite Star Wars Lego you've built. Favorite movie is still, I'm not a big Jar Jar Binks fan, but probably The Phantom Menace was probably my favorite prequel, and my favorite movie was still A New Hope, just because I was a little kid with my mom when I got to see it. And then still the favorite set so far is still the 2007 7662 MTT. I still think that is my favorite set, and I know it's weird with all the AATs, and you might think otherwise, but no, it's still probably my most favorite one. I haven't actually seen any of the brand new sets yet. I've been mostly concentrating on old Lego bricks and things. My newest set I've got of the recent sets is the Coruscant gunship. I got a couple of the battle packs, but the battle packs have like disappeared from the stores. I mean, which is kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird. It's just, it's like what happens, but it's like just how the blue Hoth one popped up. I picked that one up and hasn't been anything since. So a bunch of stuff's retiring. I really like the ATTE. The last one is really cool. Yeah, original trilogy and the prequels. It is a tearing. It's divisive because I mean, Attack of the Clones is great too, and of course, Revenge of the Sith is Order 66, and of course the AT-ATs are in Empire Strikes Back. Sure. But it's funny. No one really wants to talk about the last three movies. I mean, some of the sets, that bomber was cool, I thought. And yes, the movies are running through my mind right now, and I prefer the Solo movie. I prefer Rogue One. I haven't seen the new Ahsoka. I don't have internet here at all. I'm actually buying the Clone Wars one episode at a time and download it to the hard drive of my MacBook. Black Friday deals. I'm funny. I'm actually going to be off this week, and there's a bonus check on Tuesday or Wednesday, which I need to talk to Dispatch about. I might do Black Friday. The only Black Friday shopping I ever did, because I was always working, is a mom and dad wanted me to pick up a Switch and a monitor, and they had like a crazy deal for the monitor. A new Nintendo Switch with Breath of the Wild. This was a few years back. I understand that's a few years ago. Breath of the Wild, and the monitor was $349, I think. And so to me, it's like, that's really the only Black Friday shopping I ever did. I'm like, that seemed really, really cheap. I mean, like, whoa, it's a good deal. But looking for Lego sets on Black Friday, I might have to hit up Target maybe. See how that goes. I know that a lot of stores, even up here, they do loss leader sales where they sometimes like cut it close on some just to bring the crowds in. The next step is a couple of really basic gray bricks on top and a couple of the curved pieces. And basically, it's like right now it would be a perfect centerpiece for a MOC where it's been blown up. Like if you could do a bunch of fire pieces. I mean, And the rest of the pieces are here, which on the listing look like, I'm like, okay, there's a turret, and or there's a little piece in the back, you know, the walker, or not walker, but the little speeder. There's the other half of it. I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty good. And actually, it's like parts, bottom parts of another one of these, so it's not really there. Yeah, Clone Wars is great. It's also fun to rewatch stuff. Sometimes you'll see something that you're like, I do remember that, but I didn't quite remember how that went. And let's face it, some of the most legendary LEGO sets came from the Clone Wars era, like that AAT 2009. I mean, that is the biggest AAT they ever made, which I would love to see a UCS AAT. I really would. Have a great night, man. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you dropping by. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a good deal on the Switch and stuff. That was absolutely, yeah. So yeah, there are deals to be had on Black Friday, but oh, look, fighter tag. Yeah, that would be that'd be a way to do it. That'd be a good army builder at that price. And that white cockpit piece could be reused for something else. Not sure what, but it has potential. I don't have the fighter tank from the Clone Wars era, the really big one. I probably eventually will get that one. It looks pretty cool. It's a pretty solid build. Yeah, the Clone Wars is filled with really cool story arcs. And that's kind of one of the bright sides about Lego sets. You can actually kind of build stuff too, you know, make your own storyline or change up, add details. Any tips? Just keep looking. I mean, sometimes if you watch something on eBay or watch them on a site, sometimes someone will drop it, drop the price. Yeah, Disney. Yeah, I know. Even the guy at the local sporting goods store told me, he's like, I'm not even really a Star Wars person, and I really can't believe what they did to that franchise. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Yeah, use sections. It depends what you want to do. I know that I sometimes I'll put a set on watch, and I'll just I'll see what comes up.
There's so many things.
What the heck? Okay, that was weird. Sorry about that. Got a weird notification that this took me to a video. Underrated sets from the past. Some of the battle packs actually. What is it, Imperial Shuttle one, where the Stormtroopers had the belt printing? I don't think that received the. Was it the Imperial Lander one, where it looks like a shuttle but it's got the pods on it? I don't remember the part number. I know I've got one of those shuttles sitting on one of these shelves over here, and I always thought that it didn't you kind of got like a lot of hate for it, and actually it is a really nice set, I thought. Yeah, the Rogue One that was an amazing flick. Oh, is it 8016, the big droid bomber? I think that's a kind of an underrated set. It's got the nice bomb dropping features. It's pretty solid set for as much as movable parts it has. I have one of those. There's always a solid lineup. I'm glad to see that Clone Wars is getting more attention now from Lego. We're getting, especially like that Venator. I haven't picked one up. I mean, there's just so many UCS sets now. And between the price of them and the space they take up. That's why I was so late getting another one of them, but and my big dream set still is that UCS Death Star 2 from I think it's 2004. That's I really like the look of that set. But being I'll be off for the week, I think I might get some real time in on the Star Destroyer, but I'm gonna have to find a way to figure out the parts section. Maybe put all the flat plates into one area because there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. Yeah, shuttles are really cool. Obviously that big UCS is it the Tyrannium? The big UCS shuttle, that's probably the crowning glory, but there's been some great shuttles, transport ships. There's been some really cool sets. Yeah, the bomber in the Rogue One is pretty cool. I do actually have a couple of the Clone Walkers, or not Clone Walkers. I'm sorry, the First Order Scout Walker, and it has that weird crab motion. And I know it's not a huge fan of that one, but it's kind of got a cool build to it, and it looks pretty good, I think. I mean, and of course, I do have the headless ATST. And that's the whole thing I want to say about Lego. Is it really? It's up to you on what you want and what you think you like. Every UCS set. Wow, that is impressive. I only just got my third one. I mean, I got that 18 plus R2D2. I don't really consider that UCS, just like I don't consider my 2007 walking AT-AT to be UCS, even though it has a UCS type number. It's still play scale. It's very cool, but it's not, to me, it's not UCS. They just remade the Death Star, but that little one doesn't quite hack it. We need mass. I mean, that's a one rule of thumb about Star Wars is it's mass. Star Destroyers look good because they're huge. I mean, Death Star is mind-blowing because it's gigantic, That's the whole thing. That's a whole... As you go into Theed on Naboo, the size of the buildings, the curves, the colors, the massive windows, and the heights, it's part of the Star Wars, empire. The huge trees. That's the whole value, the whole vibe of it. Yeah, the UCS shuttle is impressive. I know I've just watched people's videos where they're just opening, closing the wings, going, wow. Obviously, it's heavy, and it commands a lot of room. And it's not something you'd want falling from a shelf and poof onto the floor. I hate that when that happens. In fact, today I was moving a bag of parts about a couple hours ago. And it's all these little gray flick fires. Okay, it's not like I'm not making it sound like it's a huge bag. It was about a half a gallon bag, and the bomb I guess the bottom had a tear in it. It just opened up. I'm like, are you kidding? I mean, they're still bouncing on the floor like pine needles. And went, are you kidding? I know I didn't find them all. I don't care because I didn't know how many were in the bag. But it's one of those things, like I remember moving into the house, my mom and dad, and now that was the era when Lego still was mostly big pieces. And as a little kid, I used to find little Lego little studs, one by ones and stuff. I mean, in the carpet, and the house was supposedly professionally cleaned, and those pieces just laying there. Oh yeah, yeah. The Lego pieces, they just, yep. And that was back, like, that was in the 70s when, like I said, the colors and the shapes just weren't even there yet. The non-minifig scale UCS. I guess in a perfect world. Size, money not an option. I would love to see minifig size, but where do you draw the line? I mean, that AT-AT is huge. And you get into stuff like Star Destroyer, Death Star. I mean, I'm totally happy with Lego's play scale, and it's considered to be Lego scale. But I guess I would like to see minifig scale. I mean, in a perfect world where money. Yeah. And that was my big criticism about when the Coruscant gunship came out. I was trying to tell my fiance, I'm like, okay, that 2003 one, 2002 one, yeah, that one, the 2008 Clone Wars, and the 2013 gunship. I said, although there were different models, they were all so big, and so that the world, Lego collectors, Lego fans, like, okay, yeah, there's a gunship scale, and they're always going to be about this big. And with this Coruscant one, they shrunk it, and it's not like it's cheap. I really like the color. My criticism is the sticker use, especially the big one, the 6x6. And the fact it's small. I'm going to feed my being sleepy. I got to work tomorrow too, but then I'll be off. So I'll probably wrap up. I'm going to shoot for an hour on this stream, and then I really appreciate everybody dropping in. It's been great. I just wanted to talk about my Star Destroyer. Finally, I mean, it's been sitting in the other room, and I've been going, man, I want to get started on it, but I know I got no place to set it up or do anything with it. This thing was cheap, though. I mean, it was like really cheap. And that's what happens when you get something super cheap. It's when you're missing stuff. But it's okay, though. That's part of the fun. That's one of the best things about Lego is you can... you could get like a Star Destroyer, 1003 Star Destroyer from what was that, 2002, 2003, and it can be missing pieces, and that's fine. You can get the pieces for it, and sometimes those pieces are hard to find. And I think that in some ways, that's kind of fun. I mean, that's kind of one of the fun things about Lego, Yeah, the gunship, and the UCS gunship, I do want one. Believe me, I do. But even I'm going, okay, the wingspan is massive. Do you really want to display it somehow attached to the wall with just one wing attached? No. So you got to find some place where you got tons of room outward. And you don't want to just cram it into a place where it's going to get dusty, because it's going to be a centerpiece. The Star Destroyer, there's only this little piece right here so far. It's in like 10 Ziploc bags. And the person said, I think it's all there. And let me know, seriously, is there anything that compares the disappointment of like really getting steam, especially on a big set, and you really got the momentum, everything seems to be there, then all of a sudden you're short something. You're short something that like is a part that probably doesn't matter if it's not the right color, and no one except for you will know that wasn't assembled correctly. And then you gotta stop and you go, oh, and you go through everything, bags and buckets and drawers, going, I don't have it. I don't have it. And of course, it's cheap. And 3 weeks later, you're still wondering where it is and why it hasn't showed up yet. It doesn't bother me, but I get disappointed. And worse than that, sometimes I forget when I got the part for. I mean, especially if it's something like, something that's almost done. Like the other day, I was looking at an ATT, I think, and I'm going, why is that door kind of sagging? I would set up like, it's not attaching. I go, it's missing the clip on the inside. And I looked at it and I go, oh, it's that tan color, the little, the 1x2 with the little hook. And I go, I just saw some of those come in. It was an unboxing video. Where are they now? I just need the one. And I think even in the video, I commented like, oh, hey, these are here. I don't remember what they're for. And that's one of the worst things. Yeah, the display can cost as much as the UCS set, especially if you want to look right. I know a friend of mine at where I work, he's a coworker, and he's building like a glass-sided coffee table at his mom and dad's place for a Star Destroyer, and that's a good way to display something. But they don't. In his case, I mean, he's got a lot of Lego sets, but his parents, I think they only have a couple of sets, and in fact, they have a non-Lego. I think it's a Mega Bloks. I think it is made the big Enterprise. I keep forgetting the screen is this way, but it's like showing my hands like the Big Fish story. But yeah, the big Enterprise. Yeah. It is sorted out, kind of. Kind of. My table's actually not big enough for the full sorting, so, but it's going to be good, though. It's going to be good. Yeah, it is the worst. Yeah, it's good though. It's all fine. Sometimes, like if I'm building, of course, something like this is smaller. I might like say, okay, it looks like all the turret parts are here. Yeah, knock on wood, no kidding. And I'll do the turret or like one of the AT-ATs, one of the play skill ones from back in, I think it's by 2009 or two. What number was that? Anyways, it turned out that he'd sent me like two partial sets, and I was able to still had to raid my piece box. I think it's 8169s. Anyways, it was so confusing. All that gray plastic and little pegs everywhere. I finally said, okay, I'm gonna just build the legs. And I built 4 legs pretty easily, and I realized I still got enough parts to build one more leg and about half of another. So, uh-oh. So there's 2 walkers in this box, sort of. And I had almost all the pieces to make the head. I was missing just a couple of pieces, and it's like, oh God. And eventually I will finish the second walker that was in there. I still need to get the pieces to do the third leg on, I think. Third leg. But that's where like this AAT came from. It's been sitting in a bag for parts. But yeah, it's all good. It's part of the fun and the excitement of doing Lego. And like I keep saying, told this to people here, is like, if you're doing Lego, okay, remember, it's supposed to be an escape, it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be a hobby. And if you're doing it, you're going, oh my goodness, I can't get the parts, or I've hit a wall. You know what? Bag it up. Set it away for another day. Do a different set, or go watch TV, or go outside and touch grass, It's just, you got to have that disconnect. And that's what keeps you in the hobby and allows you to enjoy things. Sometimes, and it's okay to get tired of a theme. Darth Maul, oh, that is an awesome one. Man, I love hearing about somebody getting one of those. Although myself, he looks so creepy to me. I don't think I'd want him in my bedroom. In the Lego room, for sure, facing the wall. Now it's an impressive build. It really is. And there's some really cool stuff like, yeah. I know I started collecting those big toy store like displays, and I got a couple of them, and I'm like, but they're fun though. And there's so much stuff you can do for Lego. Like at the thrift stores, a lot of times I found Star Wars plushies. In fact, I found the Lego Star Wars plushie, which was kind of funny. But there's just so much greatness out there, and this just helped clear my head up. Just doing the Lego stuff and some sort of email, probably from work or something. That's funny. I did actually make a number of minifigs of my coworkers, but they don't know about, and the figures just sit. It's not trolling, but some of my coworkers have more coffee breaks than others, and the minifigures that represent them have some of them are holding 2 coffee mugs and sitting on like a toilet or something because that's what they seem to do at work. So. Oh man, this is what makes things okay, Yeah. I'm kind of curious about the magnets that hold this together, but I'm real excited. I feel like calling in sick from work tomorrow and just start my vacation early, but I can't do that. Someone else will get forced to do the work. I wouldn't feel guilty about it because I wouldn't know who it is, but it's not right. It's happened to me before. The Darth Maul, yeah. Well, Lego really captured him. He looks downright sinister. I mean, he really does. It's all fun stuff, man. That's the best thing about Legos. Even when it gets old, even if you get something that's all been baked in the sun, you can always replace pieces up. Oh, have a good rest of your night. Hey, yeah, you too, man. Thanks for dropping in. I'm gonna be ending the stream soon, anyways, and really great seeing you guys here, guys and gals here. It's really great. Love this community out here, and so it's a good place to get some ideas, for things. I know that when I was using Brickowl for some Lego piece, I appreciate it because it actually says like when the piece was invented or when it was created. And it gave a number of sets that's been released over the years. And if you click the links, it'll show you what the sets were, which is helpful. Then sometimes if you go, oh, hey, I got that set, or I got a partial one from a thrift store, or I got it from a trade, you go, maybe it's that piece is in there. In my case, it wasn't. The other pieces were there, not the one I wanted, but it's an incomplete set. Any kind of schedule. I basically made Saturday my schedule tried around 2000 or 8 o'clock Alaska Standard Time. And I've really been trying to stick to it. And some of my streams have been super, super short. Like I'll just be dead tired, literally sleeping for a couple hours at home and then going right back to work. And I'll do like an 18-minute stream or something. But I've been trying to do it for an hour just so it doesn't get too nutty. And I got a real old iPhone 10R. It's been really beat up, and that's what I'm yapping on right now. And the battery's about dead. But yeah, that's what I try to do. And I try to put shorts up. I know I try to be more active, but it can be hard. There's a lot going on, and sometimes I put up non-Lego content. I do have a second channel because so many people requested I do other videos. But yeah, and the second channel is David Laurie Live. It's got a lot of pew-pews and stuff about car repair and a hoodie I found at the mall or some stuff like that, you know. A little bit of Lego I think creeps in, but not shouldn't be too much. But yeah, I'm excited about more of these parts coming in and getting it slowly built up. It's got some big curved bricks that go here. And I need more of these on the back. And I don't know, I'm sure I've got more of these. This is a pretty common color. And 1x3, 1x4 grays, I'm sure they've got those somewhere. I got tons of those. Of course, I did have some odd ones like snots, you know, studs not on top, out the side, and sometimes, you know, you'll go, I got this part, and you have it, but in a different color. But yeah. I wonder where I'm going to put this for now. I think I'll probably just put this in the Lego room. I don't think it, as long as it lays flat, it should be fine. I think I'll better put it upstairs, so that's what I'll do with it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the pieces, they just seem to vanish, like, and that's sometimes I really enjoy that about the community. Going, other people say, "Oh no, you know, you're not alone." I know exactly what you're talking about. When you're digging, you go, "I know, I had a whole bag of those." In fact, the other day, I think it was a droid part, might have been the body piece. I couldn't find it. I needed one more, and I finally had to order them. And of course, today cleaning up, I found them. Actually, I only needed one, and there was like 3 in the bag. One. But it's okay. I mean, you know, you can make a droid or something with it. It's all good. It's a blast. It really is. Yep, that's the way it goes. Absolutely. But it's all part of the fun. I mean, you know, it's all good. Ooh, my battery's really getting down there. It's like these little Technic pins. I got tons of the black ones. I got gray ones, but if you go to find a particular one, like a gray one with like a little cross axle, you go, I just seen them. In fact, I'm gonna probably need an extra one of these right here, which is like that piece I was talking about. It's got the little stud on one end, gray axle, Technic axle on the other end. Yep. I need a little control panel on this one to finish it, but this is one of the best features about this set right here. This clips into here, and this folds up like so. It's like one of the best play features ever. And now I see why that piece is made the way it is, so it slides in. Okay. See, I thought that Lego could put like a control panel on top of here, just something to have. Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, Lego just keeps giving over the years. It is amazing, actually. Oh, good night, Laurie. Yep, we're kind of up on the 1 hour here. Anyways, really appreciate everybody dropping in tonight. Gun, yeah. Really appreciate everybody dropping in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream here. Big thank you to everyone for coming in tonight and comments and being here and just making this live, man. But yeah, doing that Gun Army. I'll keep updating stuff, and I'm going to try to do at least a squad of the Wolfpack clones. We'll see how that goes because, you know. Yeah, good night to you too. Have a good night. Have a good time. Take care. Ciao. See y'all.